Hope you're enjoying Japan, man.
Hey. Hey.
Okay. Let's find out. Did it save on the cloud? My zoos. Dude, this tells such a fucking story. Teo's fucking zoo backup. Teo's fucking zoo before loan.
Oh.
Just in case everything fucks up. Teo's fucking zoo 2019. Teo's fucking zoo trying fix. Test. Teo's fucking zoo Africa Teo's fucking zoo Africa shut down. Teo's fucking zoo Africa back. Oh yeah, Africa is back on the menu. Dude, I forgot. Didn't we have a bunch of issues with Africa? Yeah. Dude, Africa, I think I expanded to my Africa region, but it was too much for my economy. My zoo started failing. So I shut it all down. I just fully shut down the entrance to it. Yeah, my train bugged. That's right, the train was bugged. So they didn't go there. And then Africa was back. I got it fixed, so we opened up Africa again. There's a big mountain and then a region of the African animals. And then what happened? Sandbox test. Teo's fucking zoo moving people. Teo's fucking zoo rebuild. Teo's fucking zoo refunds. Teo's fucking zoo fuck life. This was probably the people being stuck at the entrance. I had hundreds and hundreds of people all congested at the entrance. Teo's fucking zoo fuck life more. Same day. Half an hour later. Teo's fucking zoo trying to rescue. That's a half a month later in 2020 January. I tried to fix it, I guess. I feel like I took a couple weeks break and then I was like, okay, we're back. Let's try to get this fixed. Trying to rescue added drinks. Trying to rescue 50k loan plus shops. Teo's fucking zoo before polar crash. Yeah, the polar bears were kind of insane how much they fucked up the whole park. Because they needed like I swear they needed like a 4 kilometer squared grid. Like for the habitat, something like that. It was insane. Teo's fucking zoo, we're back. Disre. I don't know. This was Sunset's first video that he edited for me. Was the video of me making this park, where I just went all out. That's the first video we ever edited, and then I hired him. Test channel autosave. Teo fuck 2.0 blueprint. Teo's fucking zoo 2.0. Whoa! A year and a half later, I went back to it. I guess I didn't stay for long because it's only one save. Oh, should we go down memory lane? Should we go look? Did I keep the polar bear on this? Oh, I'm really excited. Okay, this is Africa we're in, I think. Oh, wait, no, you know what? This is a new one. I remember that. I went back to play again. Hold on, it's not the right one. Let me do the last Teo's fucking zoo. This one. 2020 February. This will be it. Here we go. Okay, this might be really laggy. This zoo was huge. So this is a zoo I spent 100 hours on. in like 2 weeks or something. I remember just spending a shitload of time in just a few weeks. I was doing 12-hour streams of this. Yeah, you can tell there's a lot. Oh, the fucking snow. What a headache. So all the time was spent on the actual enclosures. I remember spending so much on enclosures. Hold on, is it T? Yeah, it's T. So here's the entrance. We'll make a day. Chat, can I make a day? Can't make a day. I want to make a day. Bottom right. I guess you just fast forward. How fucking long is my zoo open for? A dangerous animal has escaped. Okay, doesn't matter. We're doing a tour. Surely at 11 it closes. There we go. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna fucking pause, I guess. No, I want it bright. Hold on, let's get it a little brighter. Get the sun up. Okay, give me some good weather. Dude, I always felt that it's such a shame they got hold of the Jurassic World. They got hold of the Jurassic World rights, because if they didn't, we could have had such good dinosaur DLCs to this game. All the animals will escape before we can showcase the zoo. 4K people on those tiny paths. Oh my god, no, I have so many memories to tell you. Let me just get good weather. Here we go. Okay. No, man, this used to look so different. This was not like this before. When we had that issue, it was one thin path here. And then there was a bridge over here. There was a lake here with lots of crocodiles in it. And it was a bridge over it. And like it was the thinnest path. We had to remove all of that, the enclosure that was here with the crocodiles, and that thin path and the thin bridge, to make this big square instead. And you can tell, there we go. There we go. You can tell by the paths that I was done with thin paths. Look how fucking big I made them. Anyone remember that? I used to have this like crocodile enclosure as soon as you came in, right here. With a bridge over it. Oh my god. Oh yeah, and then I moved them to here. This is a crocodile enclosure, I think. Yeah. I decided to make it here instead. This, oh yeah, and there's the polar bears. Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Yeah, this is the crocodile enclosure, and I set up a whole bridge over it. So nice, man. I spent so much time on planning this. Where's the crocodile? There we go. And then I had this, yeah, isn't this the grizzly enclosure? I remember this. Yeah, grizzly bears. Here is the polar bear enclosure. This was a headache when it came, man. Because the size of this enclosure, which the polar bears need, It's humongous. I think it says somewhere how big it is. Land area, 7,000 square meters. Which is incredible. Like, this is huge. And it takes so much power because it's in Africa or something. And so I've got all these coolers in order for the snow to work. In fact, isn't this 2 different enclosures? I swear I did some sort of... Yeah! Dude, they came with an update, I think, that changed the whole thing. And so I put up a wall, and I made it... This is wolves, and then this, I think, is polar bears. It's empty right now, which makes me think that they've escaped, or... I don't know. Yeah, this is the polar bear enclosure. What's this? Why did you link this?
You know, I think she might be secretly the evil one. But she had bigger boobies, so...
I can't believe that. I can't. It's Katie, sorry, I'm blocking her cam.
See you tomorrow.
She's with me all the way. Hi, Rubik's Cube. Thanks for the 87 months. Sending you love. Hope you and the crew are doing good. Thank you. Thanks for being tier 2. Much love for the support. Large Shrubberies. Well, thanks for the 5 years. Yeah. This is the polar bear enclosure. And you take a boat through it, which is fucking crazy. But that's the way we did it. And the boat stops here, where I think we have penguins, maybe? No? Deer and shit. Yeah. And, like, snow goats. Dal sheep. And reindeer. The reindeer are on the outside, I think. I think it's 2... Yeah, it's 2 separate enclosures. Dude, I love this shit. And, like, trying to find out how to make it work, how to be creative with it. Were the polar bears the biggest headache you had? No, I think the biggest headache I had was... because I remember it the most, it was probably when the congestion that happened here. I think that 2-week break I had between the saves... before Polar Crash, all of this tells me a lot, I think. There was a lot here in which I was trying to make this work. The polar bears fucked up my whole place. And then we had straight ahead. I remember really liking this, what I set up here. I believe this is just regular wolves. Half of my animals have escaped right now because it seems to be fucked. But yeah, these are timber wolves. So I made a cave that you walk on top of and then glass so that they can look in and look at the wolves. Can we see the traffic jam path again? Yeah. We'll check out some of the issues I faced. Dude, I spent so much time like trying to make it nice. Like the fucking cave. I remember doing this cave for the bears. Oh yeah. And then I made... I forgot they added this. I was excited about this. Yeah, I did some of those. Yeah. Over there is Africa. We're not going there yet. This takes us, I believe... Lemur! Didn't I name this? Is this the lemurs? This is the one that looks like an asshole. Is this Lemur Mountain? I think this is Lemur Mountain. And they're friendly, so you can just walk through as they're running around. And you go up the mountain. You can tell in some ways how the game has aged. Like, it was a lot harder to... In Planet Coaster 2, they have tools now to spread a lot more terrain around, which was a lot harder to do in this. You had to do it kind of a lot... one by one. Maybe they've come with an update since then, but I remember it being a lot harder to add terrain properly. Graphics on max? I don't know. Ooh, I'm on 1080. Ew, what the fuck? Crash incoming. Okay. Yeah, it does feel more personal, but I like doing it in between. You get a brush that adds lots of bushes, and then you manually move them around a little. Rather than like taking one by one from the menu down at the bottom. Just a nice way to get them all in play. This I don't remember. Oh yeah, it's these fuckers. Japanese Makai. Yeah, so this leads to the Asia area that I began. I don't think I ever finished the... Oh, maybe I did, actually. I spent a whole session on this. This square, I know it doesn't look like much, but I remember spending... Maybe not a whole session, but I spent a few hours on this. It was this plus the upcoming park that you walk through. Where is it? Here. Yeah, it was this and this. Yeah, so you come here. What is this? This is rhinos? I feel like this is rhinos. Yeah, this is rhinos. What do I have over here? Nothing. Yeah, so you go through here, and then you walk over the rhino enclosure. Which then leads you in here, the start of Asia. No, not under... I think I had them under the alligators. I think there's a cave coming up at some point over there. And then here we have some... Whatever this guy is. Wait, is this the one I did a cave for? Like a really... No, there's a tiger I did a weird cave for. Like a double... It was 2 different enclosures. You'll see. I remember spending a lot of time on it. Now this one was a little more basic, but it's nice. It's a nice enclosure. I swear you made a cave entrance with small enclosures just before rhinos. Oh, I did! How long ago were these streams? 5-6 years ago. 2019, early 2020. Yeah, I don't think I ever finished this. I think I started this, but I didn't finish it. Oh, yeah. I remember having more plans here that I never got to. Anyway, Asia. Fucking hell, I can remember you carving this out. That's crazy. I love that some of you guys remember this. This is a long time ago. A lot of people loved the Planet Zoo streams. It was nice. It was a really cozy time. Yeah, it was during a lot of hectic stuff in the world, so it was nice to just chill on this. Then I had this, and this is actually an enclosure as well, with some animals that are okay with, or at least I think so. I could swear I made this an enclosure. No, I just have birds roaming around here. Yeah, that's it. Peafowls. I still come back and watch the Planet Zoo playlist now and then. Oh, cool. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, this park I spent a long time on, just deciding how to do it. I know it doesn't look like much, but I remember really planning it out. Thanks, JJK. Still gotta continue watching Planet Coaster. Yeah, but I feel like I just stopped in the middle of it. I had so many more plans. Then it goes out here. And why don't we go check this out first? This is the panda enclosure. I don't remember being super hyped about the panda. I was a little lazy with it, but you know, it's all right. I think that's all for that area, right? And then I had these. Yeah, exactly. Okay. And then I made an underwater. Look at this. You go down into the mouth. and then you're under them. This is probably the one I'm most proud of. I was so happy with this. These are saltwater crocodiles, that's right. So it's a tunnel under. And you go up on the other side. And there's the entrance to Africa. And here... Oh, what are these? I spent a long time on this as well. Oh, orangutans. The fact that the game allows this is wild. Can't imagine what they'll implement in the sequel. Well, it took a little bit of glitching and stuff. It was a lot of work. For sure. These trees, man. Yeah, this was... This I spent an odd amount of time on, man. I didn't enjoy this one. I remember being like, fuck, we just have to do this. And I tried to make it look somewhat realistic. Remember you making those planks on the rocks and it was such fucking hell? Yeah. Yeah, I fucking hated this. This was... It looks so much more simple than how much work this truly was. This is not... Yeah, I made it one thing, didn't I? I just remember it being really difficult to get all of this together. Because you have to set it so that they can go there as well. Like, it was a whole thing, man. Perfect placement where they wouldn't climb on it. Yeah, like, it ended up too high and shit. Like, it was just tough. But in the end, I think we got it. And then... Oh yeah, just the elephant. This I just made a really big area because I just needed it big. Here we go. Ooh, here's another one I'm proud of. This one I think I did 2 biomes. Because this is the Bengal tiger. And they had like 2 different... Look, they can be in both snow. No? Wait, we'll see. I seem to remember doing... Maybe not snow. It was... This is for sure the swamp area. Yeah, mangrove. And then go in here. And you can look at it from here. There's one of them playing with a ball. And you can look down where they sleep. And then here on the other side, as you wrap around, which they can also get to from down there, is the more jungly area. Yeah, it was mangrove and jungle. So it's a double biome enclosure. So if you click on this, you'll notice I made it so that it's all one enclosure. But you can go in between it and look in. And you can see them sleeping, and you can see them here. And for the tigers, they just do this. And even stuff like this was a lot of work because you have to set the angle of the tunnel low. Like it has to be traversable, and that wasn't always easy. This one is probably up there. Not. I think my favorite is the crocodile one where you go under. This one's up there, though, that I remember being really proud of. This was so much work. I'm pretty sure I just spent a whole 10 hours on it. Like, this was insane. The VODs are still up. You could go back and watch me build it. This is Dinos or Zoo? This is Planet Zoo. Just going back to my old build from 5 years ago. I remember exactly what I was doing when watching you build that. That's crazy. Yeah, and then I made a little... area here that you could look over the crocodiles as well. But obviously the main way to look at them was the tunnel. Anyway, now we head on from Asia to Africa. There's also a train that goes here. I don't remember if I finished this tunnel. This may have been on my list of things to do. Staff room. Yeah, it's a little basic. I remember wanting to build this out more and I never got around to it. This broke so much of the zoo getting Africa made. So you come through here. And you have on the left, big enclosure. I think it's just gorillas, no? Yeah, it's gorillas. I was really hyped about getting gorillas. Made it very similar to the other one. In fact, I think I just copy-pasted the enclosure on this one. Oh, I'd spent so much time making it, I just redid it. And then on the right, We have giraffes, and we have a lot of different things. We have zebras. Yeah, look at this. And they all work together as well, which is nice. I remember I had big plans for Africa that I obviously never got around to. I was going to expand this a lot more. This was just kind of the start. Then you could be up here. Look at these guys. And then I made a safari ride that went through this, basically. Yeah. Hey, Pizza Time. We're just going through old memories. So I'm just looking at my old zoo that I made. Oh, yeah, I made it next door. Yeah. I wasn't as creative in Africa, but I think it was because I faced so many fucking issues getting it to work. Because the train didn't work, so I had to like... I spent so much time on these mountains. In fact, I think my plan was to eventually add stuff to the mountain. I swear I had a plan to like, that you can go up on the mountain. And I think that's pretty much it. That's my zoo. That was a whole different life, making all of this. Building all of this cost in-game currency. Yeah! That's why every time we faced a glitch, it was so much work to fix it. Or like when like adding the polar bear exhibit. Like this all was first polar bear. And then I think they came with an update and they like took it down by like a quarter in how much space was needed, which is why I split this up into different enclosures. The polar bear enclosure fucked my economy up when they came with that update. I feel like you never added anything in these kind of games without saying, oh, I have a plan for this later. Yeah, there's so many plans I had. There's something eerie with seeing a time capsule like this. Yeah, it's made me a little emotional, to be honest. It's nice. Yeah, I can put this up on Mortillo. The Arctic area half-sunk ship? Yeah, that's right over here. Here. Now, to be clear, I grabbed this from the workshop. I did not build this. That part's workshop. Yeah, I was so creative with this stuff. I was really into it. Did you make a notepad with ideas you wanted to do? I think so, yeah. Should spectate one of the NPCs and let them walk around the zoo and upload that as a VOD. Yeah, we add some like emotional, nostalgic, emotional music. And it's just a silent spectating of someone walking through. Of someone just walking through the house. How do I play? Dude, what's the UI button? I hid UI. G. Why is G not working? There we go. Oh yeah, there's some animals that have escaped apparently. Nice, emotional, nostalgic music as she runs for her life. It's beautiful. What are they running from? What are you all running from? What's loose? What? Dude, you know, this is the problem with updates in games like this. I'd be willing to bet I had this enclosure for a really long time, and this never happened. I remember this. Every time they came with a fucking update, I'd launch the game and suddenly face so many issues. Like one time I remember launching and it being like, hey, all your paths are fucked. You know? I'm sure they came with like an animal behavior update. And then so you launch and then suddenly like this enclosure doesn't work anymore because they can now jump. Dude, that's brought back so many memories. Just the idea of launching up and an update fucking with my zoo. Animal welfare has attracted protesters. They've added so much stuff. Where are you? Why are you here? Why? How have you escaped? You haven't even escaped. This is your enclosure, no? Or? No, this isn't your enclosure. What the fuck? I swear I read they did an animal, like, behavior update at some point, and this is the result of it all. They just changed the rules of the game. Ugh, good times, man. Yeah, I was gonna update the entrance. I wanted to make it more African vibes as you come in here. Now entering Africa. I feel like I'm revisiting my childhood. Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember doing this. This took so much time, man. Dude, this took so much time. This fucking waterfall was oh, man. A lot of these things are a lot easier in Planet Coaster 2. It was a lot of work in Planet Zoo. Yeah, I was gonna expand on all of this. I kind of did stuff here and there. I added this lion up here. What? Of course, he's at the peak. That's really nice. Let's look at, you want to see the congestion? Which one do we think the congestion was? What's your playtime? 130 hours. It was all, most of that, I remember the 100 hours was in like a month. The first month when it came out, I just, that was most of the time. Which one was that? Ooh, I want to say that the Polar Crash came after. I wonder if this is it. 17th of December to 6th of January. I think this was a jump due to the frustration. I think Fuck Life might have been it. Or Moving People. That could also be it. Moving People, Rebuild. I wonder if this is it. I move them, you know, the congestion. Fuck Life more sounds right. But that could have been another issue. There were a lot of issues. This is gonna take a while. Duster Nara, thanks for the resub. Bible X, the emu, welcome back. Elox as well, cheers. Cheers again, I think. Good night, Danessus. Never forget when he was stressed over being in debt because of Africa, and he goes, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take out a loan for 50K, and I immediately lost it. Yeah, well, that's why I do have a save. It says, like, before 50K loan. Yeah, this became an issue. This was such an issue. I remember, there's a save, I know. I just remember a moment in which this whole bridge had, like, 2,000 people on it. Which is why I remade it into a huge square and I got rid of this enclosure. Yeah, this was a big issue. Yeah, you can tell that it's congestion. In fact, this... Yeah, I wonder what I was doing here. Dude, this is such a funny thing to look back at. You can tell here how much time I spent early on. Like... This was already made here. This is such an early save. This is back mid-December. Africa Shut Down, Africa Back is such a good fucking name difference. Feels more like a different life for real. Even just personally, my life has changed an insane amount since 2019. I don't know if one can have nostalgia for 6 years ago, but this is it, man. Yeah, dude, looking around this zoo was such a weird vibe because last time I was on this, when I built this, I lived in an apartment. You know, and I was married. This was such a long time ago, life-wise. I feel like my perspective on life has changed so much since then that it's such a weird vibe to go around looking at this. This is during COVID. A little bit before. Most of this was end of 2019. It was the year that Modern Warfare Remaster came. And I thought that was going to be my game. And then Planet Zoo ended up being my game. And I played it end of 2019, early 2020. I mean, lockdown happened shortly thereafter, in which case, and at which point I wasn't really playing it anymore. Is I Don't Know the one that I got Cillian? I remember Planet Zoo VOD where you said you would play Planet Zoo for 2 hours, then Overwatch, and the VOD was 8 hours long. Oh yeah, here we go. Look at this. Chat, this is where my true creativity came out. I did a hostage scene. This was good. This was good shit. And then, giraffe? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love the attempt of me, like, trying to start a zoo. Like, what am I I'm like testing things here, being like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do. As if I'm gonna like finish this. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah. He's hanging on to the train track. Fuck yeah. And then I did an enclosure inside him for gorillas. In his belly. Yeah. And he's showing the finger. Fuck yeah. And then we have the train track going up this guy's leg. And he's here smiling with an eagle. Holy shit, that's... Dude, that looks so fucking good. And then he's big-brained. So you arrive on top of his brain, where there's lots of llamas. This is sick as hell. Yeah. Where does it start? Right, the entrance of the whole park is through this guy's mouth. And you go through his mouth and his body. Yeah. And then the plan... I think I at one point had you coming out of his ass, but then I was worried about like TOS. So I closed it. I thought it was too grotesque. No, I had it out of the ass for a while, but it's in the original video. What did I call the video? Planet Zoo I broke Planet Zoo? I don't know. There's a video of me making this whole zoo, and I'm just in tears the whole time. I put a lot of work into this. This was serious to me, making this good. I mean, like, genuinely, this looks so fucking good. No, like, no matter how grotesque it is, this looks so good. You gotta admit, like, the human anatomy at work here. Yeah, I ruined Planet Zoo. This is the one. If you guys want to go see cinema, this is it. And then, here, yeah, this guy with his arm chopped off because the lion's eaten him. So here's his arm, bleeding. Again, genuinely, really nice. So here he is. And then here's his body being eaten, which was gonna be an enclosure. In fact, I made an enclosure. Yeah, lots of tigers. Lots and lots of tigers and lions, which is on theme with a lion eating him, obviously. There's also, I made an action movie in Planet Zoo. I made 2 videos of this zoo. Is that referring to the hostage situation? Cool. Like, doesn't that look good, man? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, good times, man. God, I get such random ideas. Like, what the fuck is this? Why are there a bunch of... What? How many tortoises are on here? 85 tortoises? Oh, that's great, man. That's so good. Oh, that's fun shit. I always admired your unrestrained creativity. Thanks. Didn't even truly reach the highs of Planet Zoo in the last 6 years for you. No. No, this was peak for me. What would you make next if you continued? Ooh, good question. God, I'd have to get into the mindset. I mean, like, it's all part of ideas, right? Like, this isn't just a gorilla hanging on a railway for a train ride. It's a gorilla hanging on a railway for a train ride with a gorilla enclosure in its stomach, you know? There's layers to this. There's layers, for sure. Yeah, and it's flipping you off. They must have so many animals now. I guess it's all DLCs, right? Did you lose interest in Planet Coaster? Was it more Creative Well went dry for the time being? Yeah. Creative Well just went dry. I had this whole idea that I wanted to fill up the whole park, and I wanted to do some fucked up stuff as well. I did some fun stuff in Planet Coaster too, but I don't know. I think it was earlier this year, right before I moved. Yeah, there was just a lot going on, so I didn't really have the mental energy to kind of put it into making this big. I don't know. I just didn't have that creativity in me. Moist Mountain, yeah, it was fun though. mean, I played quite a lot of Planet Coaster. How much did I play? Yeah, I got 43 hours out of it. Nice. That was fun. I enjoyed that.